If you're tired of seeing these guys, because of these guys, then follow these simple tips and tricks and you too can watch the bones just fly. I wanted to put together a little Sea of Thieves solo raid or skelly combat vid in general because I've been successfully doing these raid forts by myself since before the Powder Keg Skelly update. I wonder who has been playing long enough to remember that. In this video is solo raid forting, and I usually can complete them in 30 minutes. I also have come to know, hate, and loathe those dang skellies so well that I have developed some simple strategies that has definitely given me the upper hand on them pile of bones no matter what the horde size. So if you are sick of the matchmaking like I am, and the lack of decent players around when you want to raid, or just tired of being killed by skellies in general, then follow these simple rules to watch them bones just fly. Okay, approach. Remember, it being a strategy game. You don't have to load at all before these forts. I've done it plenty of times. I don't recommend it due to the high possibility of encountering other players. But again, if you are there and gone before anyone really notices, you are usually in the clear. Especially when it comes to raid forts, there's always a blind spot on every island where you cannot be hit with cannon fire from turrets.
Take left, hard left, hard left. Perfect. Look at that.
And you can usually see where these are on the ship map before arrival. This is the same if you're getting blasted from the common island skelly cannon fire. You can't see these common island cannons from the ship map, but you can on Rare Thief's online map. So if you need some extra detail on the map, then check out rarethief.com. It has an app and a website which is quite helpful to pull up on your computer or any other device, which can tell you everything about every island, from powder kegs to cannon placement on every island, even wildlife, quest paintings, and landmarks. And no, they ain't paying me. It's just a decent tool that I use that deserves to be called exactly that. Anywho, there's always a spot skellies can't hit you from. Know these spots? They're not hard to find. I never fire a shot with my cannons during my arrival to a fort. I just weather the damage from incoming cannon fire best I can, anchor out the way, then start patching. Works every time. It's always good to keep skellies in the turrets in case a player comes. It serves as a good warning to you and can also serve damage to that player. If someone comes, then greet them with a keg and get to work. It's good to be quick though, to get that cloud to disappear as soon as possible, to not arise interest from greedy pirates who can see your cloud as well. Okay, moving on to skelly combat. There are 4 different kinds of skellies. Gold and shadow, which are the most annoying to me. Shadow taking light from your lamp or the sun prior to killing. And gold, which take very little damage from the cutlass. More from guns, most from shotguns and powder kegs. Also good to apply water first. You also have your garden variety weedy skellies, I like to call them, which take very little damage from guns, more from swords, and regular skellies, which take decent damage across a wide range. But with all skellies, the main rule is don't let them surround you. They can be fast, do significant damage, but that's their main tactic, is to surround you. So either choke them down by choke points positioned all over raid forts, or troll them to a spot on the island that is harder for them to surround you, and then cut them down. I prefer cutlass mostly, and some flintlocks. Sorry, it's just how I see pirates. If you get surrounded by them, simply hop out, eat, and find a better position and try again. But sometimes they can get the best of me. Just sometimes. If there is a mixed batch of skellies with guns and swords, then simply pick the closest and charge it. Keep the skelly you're attacking between you and the one standing back trying to shoot. This blocks enemy fire. Remember, if the one you're attacking has a gun and you're hitting him with a sword constantly, he can't hurt you. Same with swords, but they can block. Then simply shoot or heavy sword strike them. Your sword attack has 3 light strikes and the third being a knockback. You can hurt enemies like this whether they are blocking or not. Your sword also does not decrease in damage across multiple enemies. When knocking back a skelly to herd them, remember that they knock back toward the direction that you are facing. Use this to herd them properly to avoid being surrounded. Keep them from surrounding you in this way, or simply move back in small increments and herd them. So if you can bunch them up, choke them down, you can have an effective area of damage across a wide range of whatever is in front of you. If you miss, then it gives you delays, so get the heck out of there for a minute and regroup. When they are coming toward you, they move single file. But when they are attacking you, they spread out. Remember that. And of course, when gunpowder skellies pop, make sure you kite them or group them together before blowing that keg, whether it be kamikaze or with a gunshot. This is a big reason why I have carried a pistol since the gunpowder update. There are 5 main choke points inside these raid forts. First being the main entrance out front. This choker, as I call him, is a wider one. Skellies will probably overwhelm you here, but it's still a good place to start doing damage. Then backing into my second spot, being my favorite. On either set of stairs right out of sight, so they have to come up to attack. Make them come to you and stand your ground as long as you can. Then again, when overwhelmed, back out and regroup. It's good to find choke points that have something blocking skelly gunfire, so they have to get within arm's reach to shoot at you. Stand behind something like a wood wall and swing away. If you miss, it won't count because you will hit the wall and keep swinging. I troll them around the second level, then use the third choker, which is the plank coming across by the stairs. Then on top the third story is my fourth, right on top of those stairs. Walking area getting tighter and tighter the farther I work my way up the fort, making it easier to herd them and harder for them to surround me. Troll them in circles on top the fourth and final story if you let them get you that far. Pretty easy to get most of them by the second story though. After each wave of skellies, a horn will sound. Right after that, they will pop out of the ground. At this time, it is good to find a good spot to see where they are coming from. They can spawn outside in a few spots, in the main first story part of the fort, and way upstairs. If they spawn outside, use chokers 1 through 5 in that order. If they spawn upstairs, simply reverse that, steps 5 through 1 in that order. If they spawn in the main part, troll them outside the main entrance, then back in, and on up we go. You can repeat this to the heart's desire, but remember, time's a factor. They can be fast, like I said, and seem organized, but their basic strategy is shortest route to you, and then surround you. This can be used against them over and over. Don't be afraid to take damage or die. You will perfect your tactics the more you learn how these things behave. Some block more than others, some attack more, and they always have a few advantages that the player will never have, which is infinite cannonballs, boards, shot, and nanas. And there will always be more skellies than you, so don't be afraid to lose ground. You will regain it. If they spawn both outside and inside, or up and downstairs, which can happen, then kite them all out, then back in again, and then repeat 1 through 5 chokers. And of course, gunpowder being all over the island, which is always a good tool. Not my main one like the cutlass, but still very effective. Experiment with these, there are all kind of tactics with this. However, every skelly but gold can be real fast, so anticipate and try to put them in their path while you kite. Remember, single file while they're chasing you. As long as you hit them first, it prevents them from swinging back or shooting. And if they have a banana out laughing, hit them before they get it to their mouth and it will prevent their heal. There are all kind of threats to and from raid ports. I'm not afraid to stand my ground at all, but I also know when to run. Usually when I have loot. Lots of loot. Hey, thanks for watching, and I hope this video put some extra cash and rep in your pocket. Make sure you like this video if you enjoyed what you saw here. If you want me to post a full raid fort video, which is 30 to 40 minutes long, then comment, post it down below. So make sure to subscribe and hit that bell button to get all our new vids, which will include Solo Athena and all new content starting tomorrow with the mega update. And remember, if you first don't succeed, recharge and charge again.